Welcome to Hispanic Pride, Orgullo Hispano, a program of the Miami-Dade County Hispanic Affairs Advisory Board in collaboration with Miami's community newspapers. Today, it is a very special privilege to welcome Madeline Pumariega, president of Miami-Dade College. President Pumariega, welcome.
It's so wonderful to be here with you. Thank you for having me, Griselle.
It is my honor as an alumni of Miami-Dade College to have you here. You know, it was in 1990 that I graduated when it was back into Miami-Dade Community College. So it's beautiful to see the growth of the campus and all of them.
Yes, I always say that while our name changed from Dade Junior College to then Miami-Dade Community College to Miami-Dade College, I think the one thing that stays the same is that we're the community's college. We're still that place that opened its doors to people like you and me, but also to people like my mom. And today we open the door to so many of our individuals in our community and students in our community. The DNA is still the same, which is to open the door for everyone, to provide opportunities that through the power of education, you can change your life. And we see that every single day in our community. And like me and you that are both alumni of Miami-Dade College, 2.5 million alumni have walked through the doors of Miami-Dade College. So it's hard to knock on any door in our community and not find that connection to the Miami-Dade College family.
Yes, because back when I studied, the path was 2 years in Miami-Dade and then 2 years at FIU. Now that's why the name changed, right? Because you went from a 2-year to a 4-year.
Correct. At the time that we went, and it was back in like 2003, that Florida wanted to make sure that the colleges, just like Miami-Dade College and other colleges, offered baccalaureate degrees only in areas where we needed and we had a shortage. So, for example, in teaching, our baccalaureate programs graduate the most number of teachers right here in our community. In nursing, you do so much work with one of our very best, Maria Tien, our nursing faculty. And so nursing was an area where as hospitals wanted to become magnet status, they needed more BSN prepared bachelors of science in nursing. So we offer that. So we tend to offer programs where there are jobs immediately available and that there's a need in our community. And so when the state authorized that and we started offering those programs, and now we offer them in artificial intelligence and cybersecurity and organizational leadership and management, we then went from Miami-Dade Community College to Miami-Dade College.
Are there plans to take it to 6-year, like a master's, doctorate?
No, I think that our mission is to continue to be that community's college and to prepare students for jobs right here in our community. 9 out of 10 of our students stay right here and work right here in our community. And many of the jobs that we need and that we're seeing in the future really are areas like an apprenticeship where we've developed a full programs and apprenticeship from automotive technician to apprentices in cybersecurity and technology fields, as well as in construction and clean tech and, fiber optic trainings, to college credit certificates, short-term certificates that help someone who might already have a degree reskill in cybersecurity and AI and business analytics and data analytics. And then our associates that prepare students for 2 paths. One, to continue on to FIU, as you did, and others, like in nursing, that go straight to work. It's our associates science programs, early childhood, and other areas like that. And then our bachelors are really applied. They're work-based programs that help students already that might be working. So we think that's the space for us that we provide the best, and we'll leave it to our universities and our very great universities here at FIU and UM and St. Thomas and Barry and Florida Memorial to do those graduate type programs.
And you mentioned all of these certificates and all of these opportunities for working adults to get. A lot of it has been done in the past 6 years that you've been the president. How has it been?
It's a privilege of a lifetime. I was born and raised in Hialeah. I, attended Hialeah High School, attended Miami-Dade College. To come back and to be the president at the college that means so much to this community and that meant so much to me as a student, and then growing my career at the college as an advisor and then a dean and then a campus president. So the Miami-Dade College is this really special place. The people are special. So to come back and to be able to lead the group of faculty and staff and leaders there through really a time that the world is changing so rapidly. In 2021, we really led in the frontier of artificial intelligence. By August of 2021, we had 500 of our faculty trained in AI. And to date, we've trained 10,000 individuals in our community that needed to reskill and upskill in those areas. So to be able to be at the helm at a time that the college has been so innovative and our team has just embraced this change around us in the future of work and been that college that has served as that industry partner to make sure that every business in our community has the talent that they need. So it's been exciting.
Yes, I've taken classes myself at the Idea Center, close to my government center, to the Stephen P. Clark, just because there's so many things new, in our industry, in communications, in public service. And I personally wanted to just be in the forefront and not fall behind with technology and all the new. When I graduated in 1983 from FIU in communications, they didn't have, I had to go back to school in 2017 in order to get back to the new things in my field. But it's great that you have those opportunities. Please tell us about financial aid and the possibility for young people, when they graduate from high school, that it's accessible. Like I went through a Pell Grant myself.
Right, correct.
Back then.
And so I would say this is the time that stick with your dreams and dream big. Come to Miami-Dade College where those dreams become a reality. I'm so proud to say that our students graduate without debt. We work very hard to make sure that we help our students if they qualify for federal financial aid, as you did for the Pell Grant. We're the #1 college in Pell Grant recipients. And so making sure if we get all of your documentation in so that if you qualify for the Pell Grant, you get that. We also have the American Dream Scholarship. If you're a high school graduate from Miami-Dade County and you had a 3.0 in high school and you're ready for college, we have a scholarship for you, which is called the American Dream. And then we launched the Presidential and Rising Scholarship Program, which are also for students that recently graduated and are pursuing that associate's degree. And then we have our nationally known and world-renowned Honors College, which students that graduate from high school that qualify and are admitted into that program come to the college on a scholarship program. So I believe we have scholarships for just about everything. If you want to go into nursing, we have nursing scholarships. If you want to go into technology, cybersecurity, or AI, we have a scholarship for you. And if you want to go into construction trades and you want to go into some of the trades and apprentice programs, those programs are at no cost to you. So if you become an apprentice at Miami-Dade College in one of our industry partnerships, you actually don't have to pay anything and you're paid. So I like to say that you are earning while you're learning. And so there's a program and there's aid for you at Miami-Dade College if you have a dream to invest in your education. And I would say that in this economy, in this changing economy, the more you know, the more you're going to be prepared, and the more skills that you acquire, the more competitive you're going to be.
So, for example, before I took on my position with the Board of County Commissioners, I used to work for Miami-Dade Fire Rescue. And I know that in the North Campus, you have a beautiful training facility. You also do have the same for police officers, correct?
We do. We are probably, the number one trainer in firefighters in our fire academy. We have an amazing chief and leadership team there that leads the fire academy. All of them are still there, and so we help our students go through the fire academy, become EMTs, get hired by the local fire departments, and then in our School of Justice, we have our basic law enforcement. It's one of those days that every couple of months we are incredibly proud at Miami-Dade to see all of the young men and women that go through our basic law enforcement and who take the oath to protect and to serve our community. So throughout our community, when I see our law enforcement officers, so many have gone through the basic law enforcement at Miami-Dade College. And what I love most is that they tell me they're teaching in the academy, that they're teaching the next generation of officers. So we're so proud of our work in the public service sector.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I bet it's super rewarding.
It is. Look, if you go to one of our hospitals and you bump into a nurse or a phlebotomist, they went to Miami-Dade College. If, now it's the first day of school coming up, and you'll see that so many teachers did. So I think that's what's so special about Miami-Dade College being the community's college, is that the difference that our faculty have made by teaching in our community, our doctors, our nurses, our teachers, our police officers, our firefighters, all of those critical positions. But then so many that are artists and musicians and, have come through the college too. So I never want to forget about the arts and culture, which make Miami this very magic city. Education, health, art, culture makes us that world-class city that's in the heart of everything right now.
Yeah, and our Hispanic Affairs Advisory Board represents 21 countries, Spain and the other ones from Latin America, and in Africa, Equatorial Guinea.
Right.
So we celebrate their culture as well. And then one thing that you did, celebrating culture, it's you opened the doors for all of the FIFA fans that were here.
Yes, to the Freedom Tower. We have the Freedom Tower celebrated its centennial year, 100 years. It's hard to believe that that beacon of light has been standing in this community tall for 100 years. And it's such a special place for so many of us whose parents and uncles and aunts and grandparents went through the Freedom Tower. So we restored it. We opened it. We have an exhibit called Libertad, which is the journey to freedom. And it really shares that story of the over 400,000 Cuban exiles that entered through the Freedom Tower in their journey to the United States and to freedom, as it tells the story of those courageous young children, Pedro Pan, and what amazing things they've gone on to do in our community, from Max Alvarez to Tony Arguiz to so many that came through Pedro Pan. But then we partnered with FIFA, as Miami was going to be a host city for those 7 special games, and we have the FIFA Museum. So we opened the doors to the community, and what I love is that we had thousands of individuals come through the Freedom Tower, learn about Libertad, learn about freedom and our Freedom Institute, but then also learn about the love of the game, a game that unites so many in the FIFA Museum. And they got to see Messi's jersey and Pele's jersey. And we actually were the host for the FIFA trophy. And that was a special day to see so many families come in. And that's the melting pot that Miami is. Everyone was wearing their home country jerseys and so excited with that pride that we saw. And I just want to say to Alina Hodiak and the entire host committee, who did a phenomenal job, from Rodney Barreto and everyone else, in hosting FIFA in Miami, in our city.
Yes, Carla Fortuna is actually the chair of our Hispanic Affairs Advisory Board. So she was in this show too, talking about
That's awesome. Yes.
So as we wrap up this episode, any message that you would like to leave for the students watching and their families?
That education can change your life. That opportunity changes everything. That today, that papelito that was instilled in us so much that I see here that you have the Miami-Dade Community College. This papelito still matters. It still makes a difference in how important it is to keep pursuing your dreams, and that at Miami-Dade College, we want to help you do that. So it's never too late if you want to come back and finish, and it's the perfect time to get started and continue that on. At Miami-Dade College, we believe in you, and we know that at the end of the day, we're here, you and I, in our success because of the college and because of the opportunities that were afforded to us because of our education.
What can you tell those that they say, oh, now I could go to YouTube and I could learn anything. I don't need to go to Miami-Dade College?
I would say to them that there's no doubt that artificial intelligence has democratized information. But if you really want to learn and network with a group of people that can help you open the next door, maybe help you work together on a project, and from there you get a job together, that's what education does. That it's the power of community, it's being together, and that is what takes you from learning to really knowing. And I think that when you know and you apply that knowledge in a way, that's when you're really prepared for the future of work. And I think that it's a special place to be at. And like you and I, we made our opportunity there count. And I want to keep opening the doors for everyone in our community.
Thank you so much for being here today. It was an honor to have you with us. And to our viewers, please follow us at Hispanic MDC on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and on YouTube at Advocacy MDC. Thank you so much for watching Hispanic Pride, Orgullo Hispano.